Plaintiff Nikita McCoy says she's been going through non-stop drama with the defendant, who's her sister. Nikita claims the defendant stole her identity, vandalized her car, and told people that Nikita was a prostitute with sexually transmitted diseases. So she's suing. Defendant Amber McCoy says she helped raise Nikita, and she's upset that Nikita would bring her to court today. Amber insists Nikita is the one who made numerous false claims against her, and Amber's countersuing for emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay, so the defendant is my sister. I've been going through non-stop drama with her for the past 2 years.
Where does that come from?
Starting with the identity theft. She stole my identity, purchased stuff on my name, vandalizing my car, and also as well as slandering, throwing my name in the dirt, basically calling me a prostitute, saying I'm running the streets, passing out STDs.
What made her start that 2 years ago?
So we've lived together for about 3.5 years, and I just decided to, leave the house. And after when I left the house, I guess she felt some type of way.
I object.
And it was, I guess she felt some type of way. So then after that, that's when I get all this stuff that, creditors started calling me saying, ma'am.
Okay. We'll get into that, the specifics, but let me allow her to say whatever it is you were objecting to.
Well, Your Honor, first off, I want to say, I'm truly hurt about this situation. I'm the big sister. I've been there for her, like she said. Our parents, literally, my mother died when I was 9 years old. So it's just been me, her, and me being the big sister. I took care of her. Like she said, she stayed at my house. She didn't pay no rent. I took care of her. I'm the one with 3 kids. And I just don't understand because she's the one that made numerous reports on me.
Starting when?
I guess 2 years ago when she said she moved out my house. That's when everything started with me. Before then, we had confrontations or she was going around slandering my name with other people, but I didn't
While
care.
living together?
While living together.
Why? You never asked?
I feel she's emotional.
You never asked?
No.
Okay, here's your chance.
Well, why? Because all I feel was you kept saying the Uber and me never being there, and I just feel like you're just emotionally disturbed.
I didn't do none of that.
Okay.
That is it. Why would we live in the same house and I'm negatively talking about you? You should, if that's your house, you should have been like, okay, you're talking negative, get out my house. I ain't never said nothing negative about you, period.
Did you ask her to leave?
No, because I'm the older sister, she didn't have nowhere to go. So me being there, I felt it was my part. Everybody told me to be the big...
To accept it?
Yeah. So I accepted it and kept going because still...
Why did she move?
She moved because she got mad one morning and up and left.
Why did you move?
I moved because I felt that she didn't appreciate me and she kept having company in the house where I didn't feel appropriate. Okay.
And what evidence do you have that she committed identity theft, and what was it?
I used to live in Arizona. She stole, when she had borrowed my car, my ID, which is not valid. I live in the state of California. I didn't know she took it because I don't use that ID, but I left it in the car. When I spoke to Sprint, which they told me that I had $600 phone on my account and a $450 iPad on my account, and I'm like, okay. And she also admitted this on a voicemail that she had bad words saying, good luck getting this off of your account. She admitted it.
She was on the account with your approval at first?
No, she was.
We were under the same account.
She was not the account holder. It was only my name. She did not have.
Was she on it with your approval, ma'am?
Yeah.
That's what I ask you.
Let
me ask her now about the phone. She says that you even left a message bragging that you had used it, her credit, to get a Verizon
Your Honor,
account.
no, that's incorrect. And I can remember specifically the date that she's talking about, and her whole storyline is incorrect. Because I literally had got a lawyer, and then when they broke it down, my daughter...
You really had gotten a what?
A lawyer, and they broke it down.
For what?
Because she like I said before, she slandered and she did all this stuff. And so
You
when
got a lawyer to do what, though?
because I found I had a warrant that she issued out on me.
Okay, so you got a
So
lawyer
I got
to
a lawyer-
defend you.
Yeah.
And what
so
happened?
The lawyer told me basically on March 28th, which was my daughter's birthday, I was at Knoxbury Forum. How did I steal her identity and a phone while I'm at Knoxbury Forum?
And that's what the lawyer said to you?
Yes. And
Okay.
so then, but that very morning when I left to Knoxbury Forum, I got a call from her and one of her friends. And that's probably when she's talking about I made a message. But that was after everything she's talking about me.
Did you make a message?
Yeah, about
What did you say?
Probably like you did this, you did that. But like she cut off my phone. But we was under the same contract, under the same plan. So I had more of a right to everything on that
No,
phone.
you don't. It was in her name. Now, what else? On the car and the slander, what did she do?
So the car, I let her borrow my car. So one day after work, I just decided to go over there, and I seen that my tires were all on 4 flats. So next thing I know, I go up there to like, what's going on? You didn't call me, you didn't tell me anything. She's laying there just like nothing happened, and to the point where I'm like, so what happened to my car? Who's gonna pay for these tires? So long story short, we got into an altercation. We fought that day, and
Physically?
Huh?
Physically?
Physical, yeah. So the police was called as well because she still had the key to the car, and I needed to move it to my aunt's house. Long story short, I moved it and I was gonna sell the car. My aunt called me and said somebody has vandalized your car.
What was done?
It was keyed and the side mirrors were ripped off.
So if you had to speculate, what would you think happened?
I know it was her. Like I said, I don't have any enemies. I'm not a negative person. But
Ma'am, what do you want to say?
I completely deny everything.
Okay.
Like I don't even.
Okay, all right. So she never mentioned it to you?
No, I haven't
Okay,
talked
she
to her.
said you
in a
never
while.
mentioned the tires to her.
Oh yeah, I mentioned
Okay.
it.
Well, no,
Like
the
I said.
tires, yeah, but
That's what I'm talking about. They were flat under your authority?
No, it got flat. I don't know how they got
Did
flat.
you have the car
I
and
had
the
the
keys?
car.
Well, that is your authority. That's
Okay,
called your
and it
authority.
got flat.
It was under your authority. They
And
were
with
flattened,
that-
so you're responsible. Now,
And-
what did you want to show me?
So the video, that was just when I had seen the tires that was on flat.
Okay, let's see it.
And then, yeah, that was the night.
All right, and she says she doesn't know what happened, but it was under her authority.
And
she
I
does
was in
admit
front of
that.
the house, yes. And then that's the other one where it was parked at my aunt's house and the side mirrors both were scratched. I mean,
Now, how can I conclude that was her? It wasn't under her authority anymore. So that's something you do have to have a little more evidence on.
Well, the reason why I would think she done that was because she was mad that basically I'm driving around, and this is what she said, because I had just got a Jeep, and I got in an accident in her car, and the insurance people was going to pay for her car. But the thing is,
You got in an accident in her car?
Yes, we had switched cars.
Totaled her car?
Not on purpose. Somebody
Yeah,
hit me.
She
Somebody
totaled
hit
it
me.
on purpose and left it in Arizona in a ditch.
You left her car?
That doesn't even make sense. Like I have.
I'm asking you. Don't tell me what makes sense. Tell me what happened.
Okay, so I gave her money to rent her car so I can drive to Arizona, and I left her my car, the Dodge Caliber. I left her that car. On my way to Arizona, she doesn't know how to take care of her car. The car, I asked her before, have you got your oil changed? Is your car fine? When I got 2 hours away from Arizona, the car started to overheat. I'm on the freeway, and as I have
You didn't drive it anymore after that, did you?
I'm trying to get off the
Did you
freeway.
drive it anymore after it started overheating?
No, I couldn't. So
How did you get hit?
So as I'm getting off the freeway, that's when it wouldn't even go over 30 miles per hour. As I'm getting off the freeway, a guy was not paying attention, and he hit the back of the car, and I was in it total.
Okay, and did you restore her?
Well, the insurance people was restoring her, but I don't know what happened with her.
You don't know what happened? You totaled her car and you don't know what happened?
Yes, the insurance said that they were going to pay for it.
You all were still in communication? And did she ever come back and say the insurance company didn't take care of it?
No.
You never heard again what happened? Why don't you ask her now what happened? Since you never talked about it
happened?
again.
What happened? Okay, let me elaborate.
Yeah, she
What
acts like she
happened-
doesn't know.
Okay, so what happened? The insurance asked her for information about me. They asked her for information about the car. She did not give them none of the information. They called me and told me they didn't even know where my car was for 2 weeks. They was like, well, we can't pay, we're not gonna pay out nothing because she was driving the car.
So you didn't receive anything?
Nothing.
And when you mentioned that to her, what has she said?
She said, oh, well, I'm trying to figure out my bodily insurance. I gotta go do this, I gotta go do that.
So why aren't you countersuing her today for your car?
Well, I don't care. That's material things. I moved on with my life. I have 3 kids I have to worry about. Not her, she's done.
And the slander or emotional distress you're suing her for?
I moved literally half across America right now. Hopefully she don't know my whereabouts, but my thing is, I tried to get so far away from the drama because it just became ridiculous. Like, people have been hitting me up on social media, harassing me, telling me about her, from her going to my apartment complex, telling them I had 12 people and 4 dogs staying in a 1-bedroom apartment, to hers totaling my car, stopping me from my job, which I was making $40,000 a year doing. You
have any evidence of the things she was saying to folks about you?
No.
All right, and you're suing her for slander. What did she say about you?
So recently I had got from my aunt. She went to church and she spoke with my aunt and told her basically, I have this letter and she's over here running around in the streets giving people STDs. Also, the person that she brought with her hit me up on Snapchat telling me that I had an STD and the paper is showing. I've never had no STD, you know what I'm saying? But for her to be like, oh, she's running the streets, and she also told my, oh, yeah.
So your slander claim is because she said you had an STD? Mm-hmm. All right. Did you say that?
No. Well, I said, no, this is how it happened. She was still using my address. I got informed that if I kept getting a letter from the clinic saying that somebody in my household had an STD, they would send the health department to my house. I have 3 younger kids. I did not have no communication with her. So the first thing I did after the second letter came, I gave it to our aunt as a mutual person to give to her since I did not have no communication with her.
Was her name on it?
Huh?
Her name was on it?
Yes.
She opened it.
And you opened it?
I didn't open it. It was just sealed and it says from the health department.
Well, how do you know it was regarding STDs?
Because I don't get nothing from no health department.
You said you looked at it and determined from there that she had an STD.
No, she opened it.
I didn't say I had an STD. I just gave it to my aunt saying this is a letter and this is the second time it came.
So the aunt opened?
Yes, correct.
Is that correct?
That's not correct. And this girl right here, she had the open of the
You have any evidence of what she did? I promise you she's going to deny it.
I know, but why is she here? She's the one that contacted me via Snapchat, screenshotted the mail that they had opened.
All right, you want to come up, ma'am? You want to speak to that? State your name.
Hello, I'm Ebony Bass, and I did not send her a picture of the envelope. What I did send her on Snapchat, I said, your sister got some mail from the health department saying that you need to contact them and said that it may be a STD. That's what I told her because that's what she told me. But as far as I know, when
she told you that?
Yeah, when people come out, they says it.
Witness, prove your case.
Thank you.
All right. With regard to the identity theft, based on the testimony, I believe that not only did she damage the tires because you totaled her car and didn't compensate her, and I think that when you then took it and she was still upset and came back and vandalized it. And then her witness has said how she slandered you, told her. She said she direct. This isn't even hearsay.
Right.
This is her telling her.
Right.
That you have an STD.
Exactly.
So, judgment for the plaintiff, and I don't hear emotional distress that rises to the level of a judgment. Judgment for you, yours is dismissed. Have a good day.
You a clout chaser, and just let you know, your nieces don't like you and I don't like you, and you can just move on about your life, all right? Because I've been done with you, and I don't know how else to explain this.
You're a clown and negative, and
Thank y'all.
And you were exposed, period.